Probably should have waited for this to load a little bit more before starting the stream, but I'll worry about that when we go into patch Luna 1 instead of 6.0. Mhm. Anyways, despite the reasoning for why they called it that, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to as Genshin's 5th anniversary is fast approaching. But with the elephant in the room and the thumbnail in question, surely a lot of creators are talking about it. But some people are making a lot of overreacted statements about it for both the positive and negative side of this system. But there isn't really anything positive to really say about it. It doesn't even, I wouldn't say it doesn't benefit whales. It depends on the type of whale you are. But this masterless Stella Fortuna is very questionable. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Kartik. Let's talk about the special program for patch Luna 1. Um, Honestly, as much as I want to yap about everything, there's so many things I'm gonna forget to even talk about. Thank God I referred to like the Discord for like everything, but it's something that don't really matter to talk about. Like the 4 stars that were leaked officially in the live stream. I don't really care about talking about that 'cause I didn't really pay attention to that too much. I'll focus I gave through the stream because the stream was very long. Know that the art for Starbucks is getting Scroll Hero Center City and Obsidian Codex. That's nice. And of course, authorization they didn't talk about in the stream, like increasing the artifact limit again. The big one, another big one I thought was interesting is that they changed the format for doing, domains, every domain free every day of the week for a full week, only at the beginning of the patch, which I don't like that. That's still far too little. It's just far too little time. Okay, they changed it to where it's not at a specific week for a specific event. Now it's at the beginning of every patch starting from s- Luna 1. Um, there was other authorizations, but I'm excited for the fact that now my 5 condensed resin is now going to be more special. I will now be able to get something more meaningful for the amount of resin spent, because now we get 3 times the reward with condensed. But now it costs more resin to craft, which could be a double-edged sword depending on how you see it. I think it's gonna be good in the long term, but I gotta see how good this is for Leylands because no one really talked about it. We get like, what is it, 100? Is it 120,000 from Leylands? Now we'll get like 180 per condense, which I think is a big deal. Like I do think it's a big deal. I still wish that they lower how much it takes to actually replenish resin though. Every 5 minutes would have just been almost okay instead of every 8 minutes. But you know, I wait for the day that that happens. Um, there's other authorizations that I didn't even like talk to the homie in Discord about. That was pretty important, like this special creation program thing that they're adding. I could theorize that because of that thing, that might be the reason why they're removing PS4 from Genshin Impact. Because it's going to take a lot of freaking power to run such a system, the user generated content that they're trying to add. Um, there is so many things to talk about that I could talk about, but there's a lot of them I don't think matters as much. I like that you can also use resin to do resource. I don't know if it's for bosses, but I know you could do it in domains, so you don't have to actually top up and then use. You just can use it right off the bat through a top up. You can increase the amount of original resin it is to use, so it's as if you're using a condense instead of the new condense limit being 60 instead of 40 for a condensed resin. I still can't wait for that. It's going to be a little bit exciting to use that because it's going to feel a little bit more meaningful for some of the rewards you get. Just a little bit. It's definitely gonna be meaningful for the more. Huh? Still not good enough though, but it's still meaningful. Um, I like that they're doing the thing that happened in Natlan with the travel secret spaces. So we'll be able to get more sanctifying elixirs for exploring Notcry, which will be exciting. Um, oh right, the fourth affix can be viewed now on a three-star artifact, which is going to be exciting because this phase it's going to be easier to save resources, but it's going to be bad for artifact clips for like me or anyone who makes a clip because now when you view an artifact, I could view this for example, and the fourth stat could be crit rate, or it could be attack, flat, percent, it could be anything on like an artifact like this, and I'll know what it is before wanting to roll it if I need it or not, or want it or not. It can be exciting depending on the artifact, but like the ones that's going to be the most disappointing is like imagine you're trying to get a double crit goblet to get a second crit line. Those are usually the only times I can get excited from rolling an artifact because like I've had something amazing happen to me today actually on my second account where I got a double crit hydro goblet and a double crit cryo goblet with perfect substance, but I did not know it would get the alternate crit set. I honestly just rolled it and just said, okay, F it, whatever. But if I knew what the stat was before even rolling it, I would be excited, but it wouldn't feel like a surprise anymore. It'd be like, okay, now I got artifacts worth rolling. Stuff like that is good for saving resources. It saves a lot of resources for sure. It just sucks that it's not going to feel as meaningful anymore for leveling up an artifact, but it's gonna definitely have its perks, so I'm not gonna complain about the feature. It's definitely good. What else was there to talk about? There was the trial optimization where in test runs, if I already own the character, I could just get the Primo Gem reward instead of actually doing the trial, which I guess is fine. I think that's cool. So if I already own the character for the 4 stars as well, it seems like it works for the 4 stars as well. Um, They increased the adventure XP from books, from chests, from opening chests, and other ways of exploration. That's just good for early game players. It won't be super meaningful, but it'll definitely be super meaningful, like early on. But like halfway through, it might not be as meaningful because like when levels get higher, you end up needing a lot of XP books. Oh, right, those new and vicious echoes, Nahida and Yelan. I can't wait to get that. That's gonna be exciting to get both of those. Um, Imagine Theater comes out on Monday, Reset Vibes next week, and they announced that there's a new difficulty for Imagining Theater. I'm both excited but also very scared of this. No one is talking about how, like, possibly this could be very difficult shilling because everyone kept complaining about how Imagine Theater is still super easy, but they upped the amount of character you need for entry again from Visionary, which was already somewhat of a difficulty curve for some people already, and it was a little bit for me, but I'm not really feeling it yet. I might feel it with Lunar Mode on my main account. Lunar mode, lunar difficulty ups the amount of characters from 22 to 28. That's 6 more characters I have to have at level 70 or higher, and that's a lot. But to max it, you need 32 instead of 26. That is a lot, because some elements I can't reach that number. I know I can't reach that number, so that's going to be interesting depending on the combination. I am a bit worried about that. I think the barrier entry might be barely but for me to get into it. You get more rewards Primo Gem wise. Since it'll be our first time doing it, we'll get a lot of Primos for this, so I can't wait to do that next patch. I wonder how difficult it's gonna be, because like I can check from the difficulty. It doesn't seem that much different from Visionary. It's the usual 4 bosses, but it seems like there's something special at the end of the. Yeah, there's something special at the end. I don't know what that is. It's the same like 4 bosses like Visionary, but there's another one right after the final boss. I don't know what that is. It looks really special. They also have this special gimmick that is very interesting. which is going to give us a special boon for this game mode, and it's only in lunar mode, and it's supposed to be an introduction to the witch that will be playable in the future, that being Alice. I wonder if Alice will be able to tell us why this is happening, but there's special boons that we'll be able to get in here, and it's something that we can get once per theater season. I'm sure people will probably explain this more, but it's something I'm definitely gonna have to look at when it's available. It won't be available for this Imaginary Theater coming up. It will most likely be for the next one after. And I'm also going to title the stream for Monday Luna 1 patch instead of patch 5.8 because like we only have one more full week left. But anyways, it looks like I can't tell what this is. Right now it looks like an event, but it says that it has refreshes, so I guess I was wrong rereading this. It looks like there's something special in Notcry with Catherine, where we'll get like special rewards for clearing for local legends. It looks like a bounty quest, but it's only for local legend bounties, which is interesting. I don't know if it's daily or weekly, but it looks like it's daily because it says next refresh 11 hours. That could be completely off saying that. Overflowing favor, artifact, double drops. That's gonna be exciting for the fact that condensed resin is now giving us triple drops instead of double, which it still currently is right now. But when it gets triple drops, I wonder if it'll be possible to see like 6 or 7 artifacts appear. We'll have to see how meaningful that is still, but I digress. Obviously, the new enemies and whatnot. The character that still looks the most jarring to me, I swear, from like everything is Jehoda. Jehoda looks so different from the teaser compared to in-game. It's actually ridiculous to me. Like she just looks like a different character almost. Anyways, there's a lot of enemies and a lot of cool looking designs that I saw going into this region that excites me. There's a Sumeru Chronicle Wish, which I said, and I still stood by it. I don't care what anyone says, I stood by that shit. I said that if they actually add it, it's not gonna feel meaningful because like there's not enough characters, and I was right. I was right to say that it just wasn't meaningful. I 100% said it, and I meant it, and it's still I was right. So, Sumeru Chronicle Wish, we're only getting 6 characters, which is the least amount of every Chronicle Wish in the game. Even Inazuma gave more characters because there were more 5 stars from the region. Sumeru did not have that many 5-star characters. 2 of them are standard to fill in, so that's 4 limited characters only. That's pretty bad. Granted, Sumeru's region, we had more 4 stars in that region than usual, which it just is the case. We had Kirara during Sumeru, Kave, Mika during Sumeru, Yaya appeared during Sumeru region, Farzan and Layla. That's 6 4 stars already. Yeah. Then we got 7 and 8 and 9. 9 4-star characters from Sumeru. I don't know what to tell you, man. I digress. But that's just all I have to say to that. Hongo Wish is gonna have some pretty good weapon lineup though. The weapon lineup definitely good across the board if you're pulling for weapons. So good luck to the pulling for Hunter's Path if you are. You could lose to Light of Foliar Incision. Now Hathem's Signature, which is cool. Kiyokaza Suit's a really good weapon, so if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it's a pretty good weapon to lose to. Beak of the Reed Sea, one of the best claymores in the game. Staff of the Scarlet Sayers is like right in the middle. It could be really good for sub character, but it's not a bad weapon to get. Highest crit rate stat on the polearm in the game. And Tula Remembrance, which I believe is Wander's signature. It's actually a pretty decent catalyst across the board. It's a good weapon to get. How many things do I need to like check? Because there's so many nonsense to look at. So far, Reputation Quest is different. It seems to have a special mechanic from like the management event from Fontaine that gives you, for whatever reason, it gives you a special medal after some amount of exploration, the Luna Sigils, and you can exchange it for voiced interactions with the characters that pertains to a certain faction of Reputation. I don't know how to feel about that, frankly. I don't hate it, but I just don't know if I like it at all. So it's just kind of weird. But it's cool. I don't think anything wrong with that. Speaking of like voice things that's appearing, I do remember that they showed that. I scroll up. I think they permanently added the Traveler Tales to the game now, which is really cool. I really like that. So for Traveler Tales, it's going to be completely permanent, which is very nice. Um, Growth the region looks very nice. What else is there to show though? I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Of course, new craftable weapons. Oh right, the new character of Nocry interact with the region differently depending on if you have them in your party or not, or even have them out. So I don't hate that. It's just when the entirety of the region acts differently depending on if you're playing as the character from the region or not is more jarring than Natlan, because Natlan is just exploration. You don't get interactions from NPCs or the wildlife that treats you differently. You go into the wildlife right now, you're gonna get attacked by enemies. But if you have llama in your party, the enemies don't do anything to you. They don't hurt you or anything. They might even just give you goodies just because you exist. I think that shit is jarring. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think there's anything wrong with having different interactions for characters that you specifically pull for. It's just that's way too jarring for me. Like even dialogue choices can be different. I think that's even jarring, more jarring. I don't like that. But anyways, despite that, former racism, if you will, bosses, special interaction for only characters that I know and Nifa have from the Konkake Crowd Shop. Apparently, if you get their friendship to a certain level, they can give you a special item, which I think my Nifa's almost there. I wonder where she's at actually currently. Is she level 6? She's almost level 6. So by next patch, I'll be already able to get this new item that apparently changes her appearance. I think that's cool for the character that you own. I don't think there's anything wrong with an item like that. Affects Ino as well, which I know is free. Free 4-star. A chibi 4-star. That's the first Hydro Claymore in the game. Mm. I'm gonna build her regardless, but I don't really like that she's the first Hydro Claymore, to be specific. It's not that I'm having an expectation, it's just, it is the luck of the draw. There was just a better outcome that could have came from it. Also, I just realized this is not the fourth. This is the fifth. Yeah, this is the fifth Hydro 4-star we're gonna get in the game after 5 years of the game. But devs do not like giving out Hydro 4-stars because every time that they give out a Hydro 4-star, they're usually not super good. But at least get that shit out my ear. Thank you. Think it's gonna be pretty nice thanks to I know, because I know definitely gonna still be worth playing despite that, because the only other character that gives application, but a Candace that isn't even leveled up yet gives that. I was supposed to work on her this past, but I ended up waiting longer, and I'm gonna wait even longer because I want to build Ino first, which kind of sucks, but oh well. I wonder how I'm gonna treat Nutcracker, because there's so many specific interactions that can happen that it might require different or separate streams entirely because my streams will end up too long because of some of these things. I wonder how I'm going to do it. Since we have exploration, it's going to be daily streams next following week, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Besides that, Travel Tales is permanent. Free Mizuki next patch, can't wait to get her, even though she's going to do nothing for my account, so she's just going to sit there for a while, but that's even more fun because I don't hate it really right now. Oh, right. They are giving a special compass upgrade to where we can see all the Oculine chests on the map. I fucking love that. That's gonna be so good for my second account. It saves me a lot of time. I might use it on my main account too, but I want to explore everything first before it hits that point, so I guess we'll have to see. Seems like it only happens when you get to a certain amount of exploration as well, because you have to upgrade the treasure compass after a certain point from the reputation to get an item that does this, so I don't know how to get that fully, but that's what it says. Anything else before we get to the more upsetting things or interesting things? Furnishing limit increase, of course. Effective inventory limit increase, yes. Okay, I guess we'll get to the more interesting stuff. All right, all right. Go back to that. Where's that at? I forgot what this was called. I'll have to go check in my inventory what it's called then. Oh, there it is. You can use outside of the 8 fixes that you can now preview on a 3-line start artifact. There was also. Can I not check it in? I don't think I check it in. Sanctifying essences that you can now put into the sanctifying elixir mechanic thing where you can actually use it to process and make a sanctifying elixir once per pass. You can actually use these, which is very good. It gives it a lot more purpose. 'Cause I was like, why couldn't we use it before? Uh, I don't know, but now we can use that. But hmm, is there anything else? I guess it's only down to the more jarring stuff. I got some new information on even from messaging the homie earlier. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Strength is one of those
So,
things where you gotta use
we got the
it or lose
good.
it.
For the anniversary
So
rewards, the
add
usual
a
same rewards as ever, and then some other stuff or whatever. That's cool. Don't care about that. It's the same every year. I don't care about that. I could talk about the other neat stuff, but I'll leave that to my surprise when I get to see it. I didn't do the last part of that picture making event. I need to remember to do that. We get a free limited character, specific limited character, constellation 4 times throughout a year. That's cool. I may be able to get all 4 before PS4 of Genshin is over, but that's beside the point. That's not super exciting, but it is exciting nonetheless for those that want these characters, constellations for whatever reason. Here's my problem. All the characters are not exactly meta. Whether they're meta or not doesn't change the fact that this is a problem because it's all the way till pre-Sumeru and part way through Sumeru. It doesn't go into Fontaine. I think it's fair that it doesn't, but I have to explain to you why it isn't really a good thing. It shows every 5 star that has released during Lewa's time throughout 1.0 to 2.0. Shows all of them except for the Archons, of course. Sayaka, Eula, Yoimiya, Hu Tao's in here, which is cool for people that want a free Hu Tao C1. That's cool. Shao's Khan suck dick. Albedo's Khan suck dick. Tartaglia's Khan suck dick. Klee, I think her C4 is good. I think was it C4 and her C2. I forget. If you want to use her in high level content, she is kind of okay. Standard banner 5 stars suck dick, but C4 Gina nice. Um, Kokomi Con suck dick. Ito. If people want Ito C6, I think it's actually kind of fun. So it's fun, but it won't make him like able to do content easier. Unfortunately, because his teams are just that fucking outdated, which is horrendously unfortunate. Shenna is gonna be one of the few characters. If you get cons for it, I think it's like one of the few good ones if you have the character, because the system only works for that. You have to spend, I think, a total of 12 weeks. So it's gonna be like an event that lasts a very long time, and out of like 8 out of the 12 weeks that you do like challenges and whatnot throughout a patch, you will get at the very end you get a free constellation of a specific character of your choice from a pool of characters. Yeah, Miko is in here, and Oliver Construct Dick except C6. Yato's Construct Dick even C6. Tainari's suck dick to an extent except for C6. Sino gets better at C2. That's about it. I don't think his C6 is great either. Nilu gets better at C2, but she isn't great either. Wander, I think, gets pretty decent at C1. His C6 is pretty alright. Diaz C6 is okay. Baiju C6 sucks dick, but like his C1 and his C2 is pretty damn nice. So if you care about playing Baiju, he's there. Now, Baiju is a very weird one that they put into here because he came out a little late in the Sumeru. But they didn't put out Hatham into this pool of characters you can get a free constellation for. I don't really like that. yet he's in the Chronicle Wish Dispatch. I don't like that. It's just weird. I find that very weird because his constellation sucked dick, except for his C6. His C6 is so fun, but whatever. The thing I hate about this system at the moment is that there is no benefit to doing it after you get the stuff that you want. If you don't own a lot of the characters, you can't really even use the damn thing. But most characters cons don't really help you that much in endgame anyways, so it would only be good for like very specific miscellaneous things. Like if I had to do Hu Tao, and I probably will have no choice but to, I could get her C5, which is cool, but anything before that is still kind of bad. Her C3 and her C5 are the only cons that do anything. Ganyu C6 I want because her playstyle completely changes. I think she's more fun at C6, but she isn't super powerful. But I can make something work. Yoimiya is not really that strong. Ayaka not very strong. Ito could get a little bit better, but not very strong. Kokomi is very weak. Miko is very weak. Actually, I shouldn't say very weak. I think she gets kind of decent actually from her skill. It's just I don't think it's worth anything nowadays for people to even enjoy playing her. That's why I'm saying all this. It's kind of weird that they didn't give some of the Fontaine characters. I can only guess it's because they still want to rerun them, and some of the Fontaine characters' constellations are pretty strong. But I'm not saying to put every Fontaine character into there. You could put some of the least popular ones so people can have more fun with their favorite characters, like Linny, that's in the game. That isn't very popular, but he gets pretty decent. He completely overshadowed by Mawika, no matter what people say. So it's give it to the people that want to enjoy the character. Um, Risley, he's not really that strong either. He becomes more fun at C6, so I don't know why he's not in this pool for free 5 stars either. His C6 isn't that crazy. Um, who else were there? I'd say arguably Navia, but there's also an argument that she doesn't need to be put into here regardless because her cons aren't the greatest, but she gets a pretty meaningful upgrade from her cons, so at the same time, it's like, it's fine argument to argue against. What else did I say to somebody? Because I wouldn't say I got into a heated argument. It was just something very light that I said in response to like someone responding to me in not albeit fresh way. But anyways, what did I say? Uh, oh yeah, I said Cloran because some of her cons aren't the greatest. C1 and C2 are nice, but every card after that is not really that good. So her C6 makes her tankier, but who cares about being tankier in content where you want to not get staggered, which her C6 does. Chloe could definitely see a substantial increase for her power level, but at the same time, it's like still there's a debatable reason to keep, like put her into there at the same time. It's just kind of unfortunate. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it too much. Free constellation, free constellation. My question right now is if you already have a character maxed out and you pick the character, can you get the new Master Stella Fortuna? That's something I'm gonna need to test, but I can't do that until I C6 my Gene. My Gene is currently C5. I, it's the only character that's the closest to C6 right now on my main account. My second account's about to get C6 Tainari next patch, but I could also get Dia and C6 Tainari next patch, which is exciting. I can't wait for that. So my Milani gonna be pretty good on my second account. As for anything else to be mentioned, I think that's about it about what I want to say. It's not even coming from like a meta perspective when I talk about this either. It's just the truth. Some of the characters just are either outdated or their cons just suck, so there's nothing special about getting them, which is why the devs are just letting you have it. I mean, that's cool. Same could be also said for some of the ones that aren't even in here. Lenny gets stronger because, but his playstyle is not preferred for people. So I'm saying it for the people that actually enjoy that character. Let them have a bone, bro. Let them have a bone. Especially Risley. He's not that strong either. Like, yeah, he starts playing a lot different after C1, but like he gets beautiful cons, but he's not super strong at C6 either. You should just let him have what he wants. for the people that want to play them. Last thing though, aside of all this that I've said, now it's time for the elephant in the room. This godforsaken thing that's in the thumbnail of the stream, the masterless Stella Fortuna. I have a big problem with it. I hate it. It's like I feel like I should love it, but like I don't like the way they implemented it. It it's a reward for the anniversary, but only a specific type of player can access it. And not even people that spend money can genuinely get this. It depends on the type of player you are, which is weird to like say for something like this. I don't think that's a good thing at all, no matter what people say. I think it's really bad
Seize the
to gate
stars.
this system because when you get the Master Seller Fortuna, you can actually access level 100. That is jarring. That is not a good thing. That should be normalized. I've never seen a video game do this. Heck, I've never seen a gacha do this either. I've seen a lot of comparisons with Genshin over the years. When people talk about it, this has to be the worst thing that people are going to talk about for a very long time until they do something about it. If they don't do anything about it, it's going to be a stain on Genshin that people will not shut up about because level 100 is cool, but a level that no one can access except for specific type of players, notably people that spend a lot of money and get copies of specific characters. You could say this is good for those that are unlucky with their pulls, so they get a bone, but I'd argue that
My parents
doesn't
always say,
matter. It's not like you're getting a free copy of a 5-star, you're getting level 100, which isn't meaningful for every character, mind you. But transformative reactions get a big increase, and one of the notable ones is Dendro-based reactions. Dendro-based reactions will get a such a big upgrade that it's not even fair. It's just flat out not even fair that only whales will be able to have access to it. I can't wait to see how different the damage increase is, but the problem is it's going to be too jarring anyways because it's going to be like on CSS 5 stars, right? So it just doesn't matter. But I don't like that. I really don't like that. Honestly, that kind of ruined the 5th anniversary for me for Genshin Impact because of that. Everything was fine. It wasn't like super noteworthy amazing, but it was definitely better than last anniversary because of just like the free like the free 5-star you get. Despite it not being the greatest characters, it's still fine. I thought it would be for more limited characters, but still I think it's fine the way that the free 5-star thing is. Until I find out whether you can actually use it to get a Master Stellar Fortuna from that system, then I don't really care for it. If you could get a Master Stellar Fortuna from the free 5-star constellation thing after C6, then I think that system will be fine over time, but it won't be super great for players even like 4 years later after like my time. And I'm like 9 years into the game or something, if the game even lasts that long to begin with, because they keep making bad decisions. It's only a matter of time till people wake up from this. I've already heard whales complaining about this Master the Stella Fortuna thing. They don't like it, and people, I'm just saying, they don't like it, man. They should do something about it. It's very meaningful to talk about this because I know some people were outwardly defending it for some fucking reason, which is really retarded. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that. Really dumb, but it's too late. Not like I get monetized. But I digress. It's rude of me to say that, and I apologize. But I really don't like hearing stuff like that. It's like people don't ever really think about things. They just think about the here and now. So they don't really care about what happens. But I just think it's really ignorant to say stuff like that outwardly and not really think about what you're saying. I wouldn't have a problem with it if people actually, you know, noticed it from playing the game for a long time that, you're a consumer and whether you're playing for free or not, time is money. Remember that terminology. So, when time is money and money is time, you have to realize the time sink you spent is definitely money spent in a way. Without you realizing how important that is, it's really not a good thing depending on how long you played the game for, of course. But like, even if you played the game for a year, I still think it's very important to voice an opinion like this about the game and being critical about it, because your time could be better spent elsewhere. Everyone's spent on time, you know? I think it's very important to talk about this because, well, I do think there is a benefit to the system until I see whether you could get a Stellar Fortuna from the free 5-star constellation that you can get. I guess we'll just have to find out. But that won't really help everyone, so it at the end of the day, it just doesn't help much. So it is what it is. But I digress.
Skyward! Got her!
I'm gonna go do this now. Spent enough time yapping. Alright, man. I got a double credit text says I think yesterday or the day before that on this account from this set. This was my third or is it my fourth one I got from the domain? I think it's my fourth one I got from the domain. I still haven't gotten a good one yet for Skirk, which is very frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Should have gotten a decent one by now. But all feelings start by the way. Um yeah. There's a lot of things to be looking forward to for this patch, but this is like the first one where this could have been the best patch for an anniversary ever, but this is not the best anniversary at all.
Let my name
This
echo in
is
song!
maybe the
Skyward!
third best, or it
Stray
might
clouds
be one of the
converge!
worst. Whether you see
Heads
it that way
up!
or not is up to
It's
you,
justice o'clock!
because I like feeling rewarded. It gives me the motivation to play this game. But it isn't my only motivation. Like I understand for other people that it's like their only motivator, feeling rewarded for the time you spend. I think people that have that entitlement, I think is very respectful that people respect that, you know? It's crazy to think that this is going to be like the last patch that we get 2 times rewards from condensed resin. It's going to end up costing 60 per craft, and it's going to end up. I wonder how much resin I'm going to be able to get per stream now if I wait too long. I don't want to roll that. I don't even care if it gives me 50 CV. I don't want that. What time is it? Uh, lately I've been watching anime I either have never seen before or just don't remember, and it's been like rewatching certain anime that I've only watched once over the past several years. It's been a fun time. Still waiting for summer anime to finish, bro. It's so frustrating because they're
Let the world
stuck.
come
It's
alive!
actually just decent one this time
Headbutt!
around.
It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Heads up! Hero incoming! Ha ha!
I shouldn't have done that. I forgot to use Shingen Burst, but anyways. I wonder what you guys think about this 5th anniversary of Genshin Impact. I think it's alright. I just think it could have been perfect if the Master Stella Fortuna item that's in the thumbnail. I wish that item there's something you could get out of the Paimon shop. I wish that they revamped the Paimon shop finally. That's still something that needs to
Stray
happen
clouds
one day,
converge!
but it still hasn't
Yeah!
happened yet. I've been waiting for that to get an update for the longest time, bro.
Headbutt!
I hope it gets an update one day. 5 years into the game, it still hasn't gotten an update. Always bothers me. It's gonna be interesting checking artifacts when the next patch drops, because now I could check for the fourth substat. It's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so freaking weird to check for the fourth substat. next patch, I'm gonna probably end up getting busy, so I don't know how I'm gonna do content. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can during the first week of the patch next patch, because there's just so much to do. And I wish I could keep farming a domain, but even though you can actually use as much as a condensed now with resin by next patch for domain runs, you could just use 40 resin per run. I still wonder when they're gonna make condensed like a usable resources for bosses. I'm wondering when they'll let us do that. But maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe it needs to like give 80 per condense. But then that's 4 times the drop. I don't know, man. Getting 3 times the drop for 5 cadets is definitely gonna be a noticeable increase for a lot of things. Use it all. Why not? Oh, that reminds me. I haven't grabbed the Premium Awards from the live stream today. Oh, events. There's also my weekend birthday. I just wanted to show this on stream. I didn't even know she had this item. Where does she use? Should I bother reading this? It usually doesn't end up meaning much. But yeah. I like how she gives a boss resource. I noticed these males been doing that lately. Uh, oh, finally claim all actually works. Okay. What'd I get that for? Oh, it must have been last, one of the rewards. Anyways. She hasn't hit it yet. She definitely gotta hit it before Monday. So we'll be already able to get that special item when we go to the Komkake craft shop. Which we're definitely gonna be going with Anifa to Nasha Town and Nutcry. I can't wait for that. There is a lot to uncover. I'm happy that we'll be able to still be here on PS4 for the duration of at least the Arco story of Nutcry. But I have no clue
Add Astro.
how long
Thank you for
we'll be here for. We're not gonna be here for the next summer event, but we will be here for the next Lanceroy at least. Oh, I thought the reward is next patch. Oh, I already got the mysterious bolt. That's awesome. This was the item I was talking about that was talked about in the live stream. You get this mysterious item. I thought it only appeared next patch. Huh. Well, that's nice. This is a free item that we'll be able to exchange after some time exploring Nacre. I can't wait to see where Nacre is on the map. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be above Mondstadt.
strength is one of those things where
Or
you gotta.
will Nacre be in a weird area? But I'm pretty sure Nacre before Cesar is still gonna be above Mondstadt. That like my theory is still been correct so far about where some of these areas end up being. I'm expecting Nacre to be somewhere up this way. Maybe it'll be like mostly sea here, but they're gonna have to do something about Mondstadt and the Dandelion Sea that they still won't show, or the dormant port they won't show. But I digress. Anyways, let's do a little bit more of this. Man, it give me the final week I get to do all this farming, and then next patch, right when the patch goes live, I'm gonna have to immediately start farming Ino's resources because all the double resource drops are gonna be right there for the first week of the patch, which is jarring because you won't be able to have that for Flynn's during the second half. Llama's on the first half, and Llama's going to completely power creep for Nahida, which sucks. I guess I should have brought this closer. Anyways, it sounds so edible. What the fuck does this sound like? Anyways, hmm. I hope the micro projected properly. It sounds like it wasn't, which is concerning. It seems like it is, but I can't tell. My voice sounds further away than usual. I don't know how. Interesting. Okay, fine. Fine enough. Fuck it. I still hope it didn't disregard the conversation I had earlier. Because the Luna 1 stuff was very important. Or, Luna 1. The Stellar Fortuna, the Master Stellar Fortuna was important to talk about. But anyways, this weekend, I thought about doing a stream on Saturday, but I'm not really feeling it. Sunday, we have a stream on Bleach Brave Souls, which is going to be a pretty interestingly big one. Um, Monday,
Skyward! Seize the
we
sky!
got,
It's justice
oh
o'clock!
yeah, we got Imagining Theater reset. The last Visionary mode reset we're ever going to get. I wonder if I'll actually be able to do lunar mode every time. I think my account's possible to do that. Most people won't be able to even do that because I bet anything most people can barely do visionary. Sure, why not? This is gonna be the last patch where we get to see our 3-line starts without the force substat. I wonder how it will look when you're actually farming the artifacts though. Will you be able to see the force substat while you're on that screen previewing the artifact? If it ends up like that, that's gonna be so ugly. But hey, it saves me resources.
Yoo-hoo! Defensive mode. Let
I
the
should have
world
done that
come
now. I don't have that.
alive! Skyward! Make way for the boost! Hi! Yeah!
I don't know. The third to last stream for the patch. Hope that this is the reason why. It should be fine. I hope. I keep accidentally hitting the mic at times.
Yeah! Stray clouds converge! Yeah! Charge! Yeah!
Oh man, I wonder how excited you are for next patch. I'm excited for Nightcry for sure overall, regardless of how I feel about the live stream. It's still something I don't really like how they introduced a Master Stealth for 2. That's like the only thing I don't like from the live stream. I mean, I could add some other things I dislike, but there were a lot of minor things where it doesn't really affect my gameplay or experience. Like how I wished Ino was not the first Hydro Claymore. It just feels wrong that I need to check after this. I need to check how many chibis are in the game and how many of them are Claymore. Because she's definitely not the first Claymore unit that's a chibi. Which I don't really know what the devs of obsession with that is, but no double crit attack says this entire fucking patch, man. I can't really complain that much, but man, I gotta complain. It's like the only thing I've been wanting, and I've already crafted 3 attack sands, man. 3 attack sands for Varessa, man. That shit is wild. The same patch I pulled her, the patch after, and now this patch. I should say I crafted what I get actually. I didn't craft it this patch. I crafted a cryo goblet this patch just for it to get one upped in the same patch. Just for it to get one upped in the same patch is crazy, by the way. I wonder where else Anifa appears on the map. I don't know if I care about checking for that. Should I bother doing that? Nah.
Yeah! Headbutt!
I was still hearing the thunder for a second. Weird. Speaking of thunder and all that, I need to keep an eye on the weather again. I haven't been doing that lately. And some interesting stuff on that, but that's not first stuff to talk about stream. But anyways, I hope people are having a good rest of your weekend. Stream's not going to be that much longer. I just wanted to yap. I think I've talked about mostly what I wanted to talk about. I hope the mic wasn't too far away for that, but looks like it might have been, and I'm sorry for that. I'm not going to try to re-explain everything. I hate the way my mic freaking quality has been this jarring because of this. I can't wait to get a mic, like a proper one. But chibis. How many chibis are in the game? Can't wait to get this very cute elf-looking woman. Yeah, she's not very strong, but I'm not gonna deny I think she's very cute. She's very cute just because of how womanly she is, if that makes sense. Anyways, Chibi 1 is a bow character going downward. Uh, Chibi 1 is actually Kachina, polearm, bow, polearm again. Ah, yes, this was the one I was forgetting. Claymore 1, Electro Claymore. At least not the first one, but Electro Claymore. Chibi 2 Claymore, Animal Claymore. And then Diana's the second, uh, not the second, but she's bow user. She second bow user for Chibis. Um, or the Shishi. And then Sword Chibi. I think she's the only Sword Chibi that there is. And then another chibi that's Catalyst. So it's our third Claymore unit that's a chibi. I don't like that. I wish she could have been Sword or something else that wasn't Claymore. It just feels weird that she's Claymore. She doesn't look like a Claymore user. She literally is wearing a lab coat for fuck's sake. And I'm talking about I know, but it is what it is. It's just actually it's not as bad in a way for Dory because her spirit genie here
Ta-da!
actually holds the claymore, so it doesn't look
Oh,
jarring
fun.
to me. But I digress. Um, so we didn't get anything worth talking about. I'll just say it here. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use my extra resin next pass to start farming this. I wonder how many of these I can get. I think the most I've gotten as a drop from purple books was 15. And that was like, no. Oh yeah, it was 15. I got 50 purple books at a drop before with double condensed resin. So I wonder how much that extra will give me. Will it give me like 18 at most? I probably will never get to see it in the lifespan I have left, but you know, for the blue books, it might be noticeable. So I guess there's that. I'll try this, but very soon, 3-star artifacts or 3-life-star artifacts are gonna be like pieces I preview instead of rolling for the first substat. It will save a lot of resources. It's gonna be very strange though, doing that. Yeah, I don't know if I actually wait. Let me say I don't expect anything on this account, but I was like, oh right, that was my other account. Ooh, this looks like it could have really good potential as an off piece if this gave crit rate. Okay. You know, it's funny. I actually don't really need this piece, so the only reason why I want this piece is if it goes only into crit rate exclusively. Roll king, come on. Ah, wait a second. Oh no. Oh. This is an artifact clip? I guess it is. That's my first time reaching that number. I just realized this is now my highest crit rate on a crit damage circlet. Yes, and it's actually perfect substats for someone who wants as an off piece, but Skirk did not want ER. The other substats aren't the greatest, but I could use this on Skirk just because it's good stat coverage. Wow, I called it. It'd be really nice if it gave me crit rate. If it only exclusively went to crit, I'd actually use it for somebody I specifically want it for. That is juicy. And we just had an artifact clip in the past, not super recently, but it hasn't really been that long since my artifact clip when I had gotten a crit damage circle with a crit rate substat. It was over 14% crit rate, but it had really good substat coverage. And now this is another one of those really good substat coverage for a character that wants this piece as an off piece for sure. And 60 crit rate to boot. I have no qualms. I like it. I really, really, really like it. You know what sucks though? This was from an older artifact that I don't think I did within this run. I don't think so. Or am I tripping? I guess I did do it in this run. I guess I didn't pay attention to it because the three lines start with like a nothing burger, but usually I don't try pieces like this. This is like a scenario is if with the new system that is coming out in patch Luna 1, weird that I'm doing this during this stream, but when we'll be able to actually preview an artifact without, usually not knowing what the last stat is, pieces like this could come out of it for sure. So it's definitely gonna be exciting in some avenues for sure. Because a scenario like this would have happened, and a piece like this would have never appeared, to be honest, if I did not know the first subset was going to be crit rate. But man alive, 16 crit rate? That is the highest crit rate I have gotten on a crit damage circlet. Just like how I finally got a 30 crit damage on a crit rate circlet. This year for artifacts, baby, is crazy. I haven't had the craziest Goblet luck like I had last year, because Goblet luck was crazy. But it looks like this is the year of the circlets. It really looking like it is. And all I can say is, thank you. I appreciate this one. Now that is a piece. That is a piece, bro. I'll have to go back into the clip just to see that. A clip before patch Luda 1? I will freaking take that. Can I guarantee it this weekend? Probably not. I'm probably not gonna upload this weekend, but yeah. First things first, let's grab this and throw this in the Discord. My homies need to see this. Alright. Great. Great. Achieved. Almost perfect. Perfect. Genshin Impact. Okay. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. That hurt. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Bro, I randomly rolled this out of spite. If we had the new system for previewing artifacts right now at +4, I but I didn't expect this level of insane from being spiteful. Highest crit crit rate. A crit damage circlet been finally achieved. If only it was 4 lines start, it's possible to reach 20 crit rate if this was boom and mm, Dino. No. He changed the name again? What the fuck? Okay. Okay, yeah. I forgot his name for real. I want Batu to see this. On a crit rate circlet. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Did I not? Oh, wait, I'm tripping. Where's it at? Hmm? I know I grabbed the item. I guess I didn't put mine in the beginning, so where's it at? I know I did it. Where is it at? Hold on. double check appropriately. Oh, there it is. Wow, I almost spelt that so wrong. I wonder what this looks like on Skirk. I think I got 16.3, right? If I got 3.9, it would have to be a max roll. If I had, what we're set, 4-line start, and it rolled into crit rate again, if it maxed, would it be over 20 crit rate? At almost 20 crit rate, bro. Ooh. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. God artifact for sure. I wasn't expecting to get that today. I thought I was gonna get nothing after the laughing stock that I got this ass piece recently. I was so sad about this, by the way. Gosh, I was so sad about this. The worst part about it is I'm probably gonna still need to use this. No matter how the other ones roll, I think this is the best attack sales I could get as the worst that I would need to reroll. The reason why I say that is because it has probably the best possible substats. I get the same as this, but it's still the same thing because it's not special enough. I guess it doesn't really matter if I max it though, does it? I feel like EM is more useful when it can be useful, though. Whatever. 63, but still not good enough with this set on. Damn. I would have to put this on to get over 70, right? 65? Oh my god. You know what? Let me see the build with this on. Hundred, 200. Still far too much correct. Damn, son. Still over 100? Mm, it's probably arguably better than that. Mm. And 9240 looks cleaner, but I do think the flat attack is really important here. If I had a better piece that gave stats like that, then I could easily do it. But the flat attack helps. Ew. How much would that give if I put that on? I lose the attack I would have had earlier, but then my crit rate is probably the most perfect it could possibly be, I think. Yeah. 85 is like perfect crit rate. As at 85? At 85 crit rate, you can cap at 100 no matter what. 85 is the cap. on this set because, of course, the way the set works and how often you can actually get a certain orb. I guess it depends on the team, but like the team I know I can run her through, she'll be able to have 100% at all times with this because you get 50 crit rate with cryo resonance and of course heavy cryo or on the enemy gives you more crit rate. Depending on the ally, you can get more out of it. That's very. I kind of want to see what. I need to see what it says before I get off. That's way too interesting. Mm, I need to see what it says before I get off. Alright, let's go check it. Lamau GG, what? That's too good. Alright, Skirk. What does Skirk have to say about this? I'm too curious. What does this build say? Oh, it shows it, but it's not the greatest. Okay, where's it at then? Eh? 11? That's it? It's like worse than this category. Never mind, it's, that's so fucked up, man. You know what? It doesn't matter. I still think it's a good Skirk, but I don't care. Monstrous Answer Skirk is still better, which is just funny for the category of Akash anyways. But I don't care about the category of Akasha to that extent. Mhm. Oh, that's new to Akasha. It actually like shows and explains what her talents do. What the heck? That is even it shows her constellation if you hover over it. What the fuck? Okay. Uh. Okay. So those who don't do much, I guess I will. I almost want to do this, but before I give up, let's. I guess it wouldn't hurt to check this, even though I don't want to do this. But fine, I'll check this build first before I do the other, and then I will stop. I need to check this in the other build. The one with more attack is most likely gonna be better, but how much better? I just want to know, and I'll probably test it later. There you are. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. And then let's try it again. Hmm. Okay. I was not expecting that. I saw Vil. I'm gonna have to check later. I have to hurry up. I have to go. At least check these last two things I need to check. This. How good is this? It's better? That's crazy. Okay, hold up. Let me document this one. I'll do that for now. It's easy to remember, so I don't have to sit here on this build. Guess that's the last thing I have to check. Can't do that yet. But if anyone's already left, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once I'm able to check a cost one more time, then I'm off. So, not gonna have anything going on tomorrow. I will stream Sunday and Monday. So, Sunday, special Bleach stream, a very long one probably. I think it's gonna be a long one. Monday, Imagine Theater Reset, which I haven't made a community post on, but it's Pyro Hydro Dendro, so Virgin based theater. Can't wait for that. So that's gonna be interesting, I suppose. I need to check this later because this is too interesting. Because this is true. We might see some resurgence. I might end up politically talking about something. I don't want to do that, but it's way too important, whatever the heck that is. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. It's weird that in Not Cry, Catherine isn't there. It's Sandrone or Sandrone. I don't know how to say it. I'm about to find out next patch. I'm very curious. This Fatui Harbinger either is acting as Catherine or it's just a different version of her robotic, like, because she has like a wind-up key thing in her back. So, okay, that means this is going. Of course it is. Hold up. This is very important. Um, enough to get my attention. Stop this. Stop. I hate when YouTube play videos in the background. I hate that. Please let me pause it. Thank you. Um, Reload the page one more time. Nope. Okay, we're gonna be here a little bit longer. I don't want to risk this video and then get demonetized for any sort of reason. I just want to know what this does, and I'm going to end it. I'll figure this out later. How much time do I have to wait? Because I want to go back to Mistborn, because Mistborn still does more damage than most of my build variants. The only reason why I want to keep this new build variant on this set, the Finale of the Deep Galleries, I think this set was called. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, at least the new build is showing now. How much better is it possibly? It's slightly worse? Interesting. It really values crit rate in that scenario. Fine enough. Fine enough. Whatever. Okay. It really does value crit rate in that scenario. Who would have thought? If only I got more crit rate from this, then it would have been almost fine. Because then I could run this. It'd have been tough actually, I don't know. It'd have been tough, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just... I'll check something else for later. But for this, it's not her strongest build, but it's still a strong build that I stick with. Not good enough. Who would I use it for? I think that circuit I would use on Farina if I was on the other set. Right now she's on a very important set that I fast equipped. It took me... What? Shit, it's prioritizing that. No wonder it's doing that. I was gonna say that it's this set that I'm currently running. I was before I got that new circlet. This is what it was showing in the fast equip. Now it's showing this thing. I mean, it's perfect substats. Oh, it's also through lens start. The difference was what rolled into what. That one had arguably more HP, but more crit rate to balance it out. I just don't like losing that ER. I don't know. I'd have to test if 240 is just enough or not. Last time I checked, I think the build I had it on before wasn't the greatest. Mm, I don't remember what piece I was running. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I'll worry about this later. I can't do that on stream right now. I gotta go. But yeah, got Nifa to level 6. I was gonna look at her voice side, but I think I'll save that for just before we go to Nogcry. I think that'll be more exciting that way. So I'll save that for Reset Vibes number... What number are we on now, actually? Do I want to go check? I kind of do. Hold on. We are on... This is taking sweet ass time. fairly recent. It was 256. So on episode 258 of Reset Vibes, we will have that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely need to do some testing on Skirk. Figure out where the balance is for her damage, even though it's a lot more annoying to test her, frankly. It's too annoying to test her, even. Um, might also be time to convert these resources to Shincho and switch some things up, because it's not like she needs this set, but there's a reason why I prefer her on Nooplus. Oh, shit, right. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Of course I did. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Ugh. Quickly, quickly. This final one is Kaya. I did on my second account. I probably should have switched to the shower, but whatever. I don't think he said anything meaningful, did he? I was really surprised when I saw Kaya here, though. I take some pictures, yeah. It took me ages to get to now, and I still haven't had a chance to take a good look around. It's my drink. I'll look for some picture with these spots. We can go together. And that sounds like finding my city outdoor bars, exquisite taste in furniture. Might as well take a picture over here. Spacious, comfortable, perfect, enjoy the city while sipping on a glass of wine. Of course, he said that. Open air furniture, agents here are rather simple. Maybe we should have a word with the winery go. Winery bus? I don't know, man. Picture with 1,000 words. Very true. Pick an angle. Looking at. Alright, let's do this. I think I saw his post. I didn't really like all of them. It's just. I mean, that one's alright. Oh. I actually like that pose. I like the one with the coin more, but I kind of like that. Let's do it. The weapon must be Claymore or the Traveler. Oh, the Traveler. Hey, that's actually not bad image. Nah. And the last one wasn't even voiced, but let's go do that. Because you couldn't do this one without doing the other one. Have a sword character, and for some reason, Downliner is the last one. Ooh, I like that. I hate that. pulls hard. What the heck? I don't know if I like that though, but you know what? Take it for what we will. I'll take it. Okay. For whatever reason, there's like no talking at the end of it, and we get like this thing at the end, an album for the pictures we just took from this event. Commemorative album. I wonder if these will make sense later down the line. I don't know. Well, there's still a few other awards I still need to pick up, but now we can finally end this stream. I did let it go a little bit longer than I wanted to be honest. There wasn't really much to talk about. But hey, we got an exciting artifact out today. An artifact clip before next patch is actually insane. Very exciting. I'll have to prepare a little bit for that. I wish I could do Sakuna on Saturday, but I just don't want to stream on Saturday. No, that's not what I'm doing. There you got the words. Or was that the only other way to grab it? I guess so. Okay, so wish count. On Monday we're gonna get 5 more intertwined fates and 5 more acquaint, so it doesn't really matter. We already have wasted 2 10 pulls for Anifa, so we're somewhere close to 0 pity. How much pity do we actually have? I thought I'd be interested in pulling Llama. I wonder what would happen if I waited to pull next patch on my second account. I would have had a C1 Llama, bro. I don't know how good that would have been. Our pity is 0. Right. Okay. We're good on that then. Next patch, I will have 3. I'll have 52. I don't know why I read it like that. We'll have 52 pity. Alright, 52 acquaint phase, which will then get more during expiration surely. 21 pulls. We're gonna have 26 on Monday because of the intertwined fades. So, yeah. Very nice.
There's a lot that goes into managing an.
With that, thank you guys for watching this video for like the upteenth time. I don't think I had anything else to share here. At least I don't think so. Nothing has happened here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. Anything else to show? Nah, I need to replace the goblet still. Time for Stygian Onslaught change though. Sing for that. He need Flins. I feel that. Durin save us. I sure hope so. Missing 25 Oculi. I don't know how to help you, bro. How do you make this game fun again? I feel that. Take a book because you're a winner. I think those are all the same. Anyways, can you tell 100 incoming? I did see this comment. Can he really get it? I don't think he can. Unless he has C6 standard units we don't know about. The only way to get the Masterless Stella Fortuna, the only way to get it is to get a C6 Constellation character already that's maxed. My only attempt at that would be getting Jean C6, but I don't want to use a copy on her. I'd rather get Jean C3 with it. I could get C4, because technically I could get the free 5-star Dia and then get another copy of Dia from the new system for the free Constellation 5 stars. But I don't care about doing that, sadly. I'll get her C3 fair and square and get Yume Mizuki while I can, because I most likely will only get maybe 1 or 2 more chances to pull on this account before it's up. It makes me sad every time I think about it. I'm gonna probably be talking like this for a couple of months, because, like I said, anyone new to this channel? I can't really guarantee a PS5. Can I get one? I sure as hell can. Will I be able to get one next year? That is the problem. I don't know. It all depends on the economy right now. Economy stays bad, I probably won't be able to get one next year. It all kind of depends. I'm in a situation where I could get one in a genuine sense, though. So I want to hope on it. Oh, right, she isn't 90, bro. I forgot I don't even have her. We gotta change that, bro. We didn't bring Dia. Oh, I'll do that at some point. I forgot she isn't even 90. I can't even get the other thing because Vicious Echo don't have anything for me. It's exciting that this is re-saying this is gonna be the last Imagining Theater with Visionary mode. That's gonna be so weird to say that. I honestly thought they were gonna stick with it and then maybe change it to something else later down the line. But it seems like they're just upping the difficulty further with more characters as well. There's no doubt in my mind it's gonna be difficult. Lunar mode. I'm not looking forward to that. That I take my leave. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.